Hey there, my beautiful divas, wonderful, lovely ladies. Today, I'm going to be answering the question that I received from a client that asks, Sami, I would love to have my man show me more affection. How do I get him to give it to me? How do I ask him for more affection? So in this video, that's going to be super quick. I am going to be talking about how not to ask for affection, how most women do ask for affection and how it may actually backfire, and what is the winning formula for a diva, a goddess, to be able to draw that affection out of her man and to be able to positively influence him in order to give her more of that which she desires. So my name is Sami Wunder. I am a leading internationally recognized dating and relationship expert, and my gift on the planet is to help high achieving women, successful women, leaders, entrepreneurs crack the code to successful love and to a lot of personal happiness. So let's get started. So I'm gonna make a basic assumption here that when we're talking about a woman wanting a man to be more affectionate towards her, they're already in a relationship. So I'm going to assume that this woman is not dating, that this woman is simply in an exclusive arrangement, or she is married, okay? Because if you're dating and your needs are already not being met, that's not a good place to be. So that's a red flag if you are starting to feel like the guy that you're seeing is not enough into you and doesn't want to give you affection. He may not be the right man for you. So we don't speak about this in the dating scenarios. We speak about this in an exclusive relationship. We speak about this within marriage, okay? So I'm going to assume you are in a committed relationship, and I'm also going to assume that the relationship is healthy for the most part, okay? Because if it's an unhealthy relationship, if it's a relationship which is toxic, which is broken down, it's probably broken down at many, many levels, not just at the level of affection, if that makes sense. Okay, so the first thing, as I said, I want to talk about is how not to ask for affection, okay? So what is affection? We're going to assume affection is more touch, more kissing, more body language that displays connection, intimacy, okay? So is there anybody here who is currently struggling with this? Please let me know in the comments. Also, let me know in the comments where you're joining us from and how this is feeling, how this is resonating. So I would love to hear from you. So how not to ask for affection? Don't throw indirect statements at your partner. Honey, do you still find me sexy? Honey, do you love me? Honey, do you think I'm still hot? Honey, do you think we're still good? We don't want to do that, okay? Because here's the thing, a man doesn't know how to answer that. He doesn't know how to answer that, but he knows that something else is going on that you're not saying. And he doesn't know how to answer the first question. Honey, do you still find me sexy? Honey, do you think I'm hot? Honey, do you think I'm beautiful? Honey, do you think we're good together? Honey, do you think it's all well between us? Don't drop those indirect hints, because men understand that that question is really just a facade for something deeper that is going on, and that's going to be coming up for him, right? So he's already starting to get defensive, and he's already going to start getting agitated, and he's going to be like, ooh, I don't know what's coming beyond this question, because something must be going on if she's asking that. So don't drop indirect hints. It's really big. A lot of women do it, and they think they're trying to be polite, or we think we're trying to be, I don't know, kind, not trying to start an argument, but actually it's very disempowered, because any kind of indirect statements, any kind of indirect hinting is mostly disempowered. It's not empowered, because if we were empowered, it would also land in the right way on our partners, because we're coming from an empowered space inside of us. So don't do this. Don't drop direct hints. If this was helpful, say helpful in the comments. I'm going to look at the comments in just a moment on my laptop. So keep talking, keep telling me if this is resonating. Tell me if you do it. And if you've done this, if you've thrown indirect statements at your partner, that's totally fine. Don't judge yourself, right? Because we're all in this together, and we're all in this to learn. So don't beat yourself up. Just learn from this. Now, the second one, where I said I'm going to talk about how most women talk about when they have needs or desires from the guy. So there are two ways that most women are going to talk about their needs and desires to their men. The first way is they're simply going to say, you know, how come you don't touch me anymore? How come you, don't kiss me so much anymore? You should do more of that, right? So how does this land on the guy? On your partner, as a man, it lands as, I'm not doing good enough. I can't make her happy. Okay? That's how it lands on him. I know. It would be so amazing if men and women could speak the same language, but we don't, right? The sexes are different. The genders have different brains. We feel like we are, coming from a good space of giving our partner feedback. That's always how I used to think about it with Chris. I used to think if I give him feedback, he should be excited. He should be happy, because I'm not one of those women who's just hiding it all up and stifling it all up. I'm actually talking openly about what I want. But then I started to realize that it's not enough to just speak what you want. How you speak it, and how it lands on your partner, and how it lands on the person that you're talking with is equally important. And so in my programs, whether it's Speak to His Heart, whether it's Soulmates Forever, both of these programs, which are programs for committed relationships, married women, I teach how to speak in a way that actually inspires men to give us what we want, versus make them feel like losers and make them feel like they can't make us happy. Because the minute a man starts to feel like he can't make you happy, it's going to start falling apart. And I know many, many women face this. They just don't know what to do, because for them, it makes logical sense that when they have a desire or they have a need, that they express it to their guy, and they would think that the guy, their partner, should appreciate that. But actually, the way we express it, it actually makes the guy get defensive. So in this case, if a woman says, who wants more affection, if she goes like, how come we don't do this anymore? How come you don't touch me anymore? How come you don't kiss me anymore? She's gonna rack up his defenses. He's just going to feel blamed, whether you like it or you don't. We can either hate this about men, or we can use this information and empower ourselves. We can capitalize upon this information. Okay, so this is the first way women talk. Many, many women talk, and it doesn't work. So if you've been doing this, let me know you've been doing this in the comments. Say yes, or say guilty as charged, just for fun. Not because you are guilty, but just for fun. And you would have already noticed it doesn't work, right? You can just bang your head against the wall, and you can get trapped in really convoluted arguments with your partner, and you can just end up feeling really shitty at the end of the argument, because you're like, oh my God, like it went from here to there, from 0 to nothing, from nothing to 100, the argument, the tension. And I wasn't even meaning this to be bad. I didn't want to blame him. I just want to feel more connected. I just want to feel more, desired, right? I just want to feel more connected. I just want to feel more desired. Try saying that to a man. It's not going to go well. It's not gonna go well. I can already tell you it's not gonna go well, because when the defenses are high, when we're speaking this way, it just makes a man feel, so what I'm doing is not enough, or what I'm doing is not good enough for her, right? Of course, different men are different. Not every man is the same. Very evolved men may be able to hear it. My husband is able to hear it, but it's not like his favorite thing to hear. He can hear it. We keep working on our intimacy, and he can hear it if I talk like that, but it's still not his favorite thing to hear, okay? Now, the second way a lot of women talk, which I still believe is not that much of a winning formula. I mean, it's better than blaming. It's better than telling a man, you don't care about me, and you don't touch me, and you don't look after my needs. I mean, it's still way better than blaming in any form. But what we do is we just take our feelings and we just dump it on the guy. And we think we're doing feeling messages. Okay, there's this huge myth around feeling messages. And I think a lot of us have very incomplete information about feeling messages. So I would never ever recommend to just take your feelings and dump them on a guy. In my programs, I teach you that feelings are really nuanced, and they are more your guidance system versus things that you just take and then just dump on the guy. Like, I feel we don't touch enough. I feel we don't, have enough sex. I feel we're not physically intimate enough. They could be true. It's not that your feelings are wrong, but if you are going to say this to a guy, he's again going to get defensive. He's again going to feel like he can't make you happy, that whatever he does is not good enough. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? So your feelings are your guidance system, okay? They tell you what you want. They tell you what you need. But are they always supposed to be shared in that raw format with your guy? Not necessarily. And this is what I teach in Speak to His Heart program. I've left the link to the program in the video description so that more and more of you can benefit from this knowledge. More and more of you can bring peace and joy in your communication with your man rather than conflict and disconnection. And in that, I talk about in detail how important our feelings are as in the work of feminine energy, how important our feelings are as our emotional compass, how much they guide us to understand what we need in our relationship, what we need, what we want from our partners. But they are not dumping mechanisms. We can't just take them and dump them and tell a guy, I feel neglected, I feel ignored, I feel hurt. I mean, you can say these things. I can just tell you it won't go down well. Yeah, it won't go down well because a man doesn't know what to do with it. Okay, so I can feel bad about myself. My defenses can get high. I can feel that you're not happy with me. I can feel as a man. If I were a man, I'm explaining you male psychology here. If I were a man, I can see you're angry with me. I can see you're dissatisfied with me. I can see that something I'm doing is not working, but it's still not good enough information for me because you feel bad and I feel bad at the same time. So this is not an intimacy fostering exercise, okay? Now, a lot of you could also be using feeling messages in the way like, hey, I feel it would feel good if you could touch me more, right? A lot of women would also try to use feeling messages in order to express their needs this way. It would feel good if you could, touch me more. It would feel good if we can have more, physical intimacy, more time together physically. If you could be more, physically affectionate towards me, that would feel really good, right? So a lot of women talk like that. Now, I would say for someone who hasn't done the programs, that's actually pretty good. Just that it is still not my winning formula. Okay, and I'll tell you why it's not my winning formula. Every time I tend to share, if you do more of this, it would feel good. I've seen that my husband always goes, okay, you know, it's still an instruction. It is still a demand. It's not got the energy of a demand. It's not got the energy of entitlement. It's still coming from a very sweet place. But it's still, there's something there which feels like a burden to a man, like a burden on a man's shoulders. What I was doing isn't enough and more is needed, right? So this is not, it's good. If you're doing this, it's better than blaming. It's better than being sarcastic. It's better than being indirect. It's also better than saying that how come you don't, or why don't you, and start a big conversation about the relationship. But it's still not the winning formula. So has this been helpful so far? Because I'm going to now give you my winning formula. Okay. So if you want the winning formula of how you really get a man, get your partner to give you more affection, write winning formula in the comments and let me know this is helping you. So just write helping. Okay. Because I love to hear back from you. I love to see your comments. I'm actually going to take a moment and read it and make sure this is helping you. So let me know. Go, 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 everybody. Is this helping? Is it resonating? Don't be shy. We're all in this together. Yeah? Winning formula, helping. Okay. So, winning formula. Okay, awesome. Okay, keep it coming. So here's my winning formula. And I don't think it's just true for affection. I believe it's true for so many other relationship needs and desires that we want our men to fulfill. Okay? And I call this the Christmas tree response. Okay? So what is the Christmas tree response? The Christmas tree response is whenever your partner does what does feel good, whenever your partner touches you in a way that feels good, whenever your partner kisses you in a way that feels good, you light up like a Christmas tree. Yay! Okay, so you want to confirm and reaffirm the actions and the behaviors that he's doing that feel really good to you. Okay? So when your guy, let's say it's even once a day, that rare moment when he does hold your hand, or that rare moment when he does lean in to kiss you, when he does lean in to, give you a cuddle at night, you want to glow up like a Christmas tree and you want to melt. So Christmas tree that is melting, yeah? You want to say, oh, that feels so good. We should do more of this. Ooh, yeah? Can you feel it? Can you feel the power of this? If you feel it, say feel it in the comments. Yeah? And then I'm going to give you the reasoning of why this is going to work. And I also want you to notice the wording I used around this. Okay? Ooh, this feels so good. Yeah, that's the Christmas tree. Like he should see it in your expressions. He should see it in your eyes. He should see it in your smile. Yeah. And note the words I said. I said, we should do this more. We should do this more often, right? Look, I'm not saying you should do it more often. You should do more of this. We should do more of this. It's very clever. Yeah. And it's very clever because it doesn't put the blame on him and it doesn't put the responsibility on him. Yeah, it puts you two as a team in this. And this is the power of scripting. This is what I teach you in Speak to His Heart. And I've left the program. It's a 4.5-hour program, super helpful for the women who want to master communication, whether they're single and dating or they're in a relationship. And I've left the link to the program in the video description. So for those of you who are motivated, want to take action, want to learn more, want to learn communication the right way, what works, what gives you results, what brings your man closer to you versus pushes him away, then Speak to His Heart is the program for you. So a quick explanation around why this works, okay? The Christmas tree tool. Now the Christmas tree works because a man in real time, your partner, notices what's making you happy. And healthy men are wired to make you happy. That's what they're about. They're about making you happy. And so when you glow up as a Christmas tree, he's getting sensory confirmation that what he's doing works. And when he gets that confirmation, trust me, his masculine instincts want more of it. They want more of that feminine glow, that feminine joy, that expression, that heartfelt appreciation. Ooh, this feels so good. He wants more of that. And when he wants more of it, he's going to give you more, right? But the power that your expression, the power that your emotions, you see, we're still doing emotions here. We're still in the feeling space. We're just not using it to blame, we're not using it to make him wrong. We're not using it to make things feel empty in the relationship, as if something is wrong and something's missing and someone else has to step in and fix it. He has to step in and fix it. We're just appreciating what we do like. And if you can do it for every single thing that you want more of, if you can light up as a Christmas tree, when he brings you that present, let's say he never brings you presents, yeah? If he never brings you presents and then one day he shows up with a present, like you do, wow, this feels so good, right? We should do more of this. Oh my God, I feel like the happiest girl in the world, right? So if you can feel this when I'm doing this, and it's not pretense. You can't pretend this. Like, you really have to be connected with your body. You really have to be able to emote and feel yourself in an authentic way, because you can't fake through this. You're either a woman who's connected with her body, you're either a woman who's connected with her feelings, or you're not, right? And so you can't fake this stuff. That's why I always say inner work first. Inner work, inner work, inner work. And that's what I am helping my clients do in my Inner Circle group coaching program, which is reopening for intake next month in May. So you want to keep your eyes on it. We serve both single women and we serve in a separate group our married divas and women in committed relationships. And we're going to have a very special baby edition this time. So keep an eye out for that. But really, this is about understanding that men respond to sensory confirmation, to our glowing, to our beaming, to our happiness, way more than they respond to requests, demands, this feeling of emptiness and scarcity inside of us, okay? Now, if this was helpful, let me know in the comments, say helpful, and I want to finish with this. Let's say you are a woman who is in a situation where he's doing nothing, okay? He's doing nothing. He's doing, someone can tell me, Sami, you know what? Like, I love what you're saying, but my husband doesn't even touch me. Like, how do I appreciate him? What do I appreciate him for? And so my response to that would be, you're not asking the right question, okay? Then your question should not be, how do I get him to be more affectionate? Your question should be, why has my relationship broken down? Right? It's not, you see, that's why right at the start, I spoke about, I'm assuming it's a healthy relationship and I'm assuming it is a relationship. If your husband, your partner is just not into you, he's just not touching you, the sex has completely broken down, you're asking the wrong question, girl. Asking, how should I revive connection? Affection is not the question you should be asking. You and I, we need to look at why this relationship has come to this point where a man who is supposed to be treating you like a goddess and for whom you're supposed to be the air he breathes, Why is he not feeling that attraction? Why is he not feeling that pull towards you? Why is he being aloof? Why is he being so withdrawn? Why is he just into his video games versus being into you? So that's a whole different question. The question there is not how do I revive affection? The question there is how do I revive my relationship? Because my relationship, I always say there are three entities when we look at a relationship. There's you, there is him, and in the middle, there's your relationship. And this is a relationship breakdown. It's not just a desire to express your needs or a question about, how do I express my needs? This is more about a relationship breaking down at a very fundamental, silent level. Sometimes we think that when relationships break down, it looks like a lot of drama, and it looks like a lot of fighting, and it looks like a lot of arguing. And yes, that's true. Sometimes it does break down this way. And yet at other times, I can tell you from my experience, it looks very different. It looks like the woman is quietly doing all the work. She's paying all the bills. She's working really hard. Her guy is totally not into her. He's not touching her. He's not meeting her needs at any level. And there's this silent breakdown, which is even more painful, I would say, because you still think you're in the relationship and there's nothing really there for you to see very openly that it's breaking down, but it is breaking down. And so if you're in that situation where things are feeling so bad, I would really recommend, doing the work. Go to samiwunder.com. We give you a lot of resources on our website that discuss how you can, start to revive the relationship. And it's not going to be the way you think you have to revive the relationship. It's not going to be about you working harder or you losing weight or you trying to be more sexy for him. When you start doing my work, you see I take a completely different approach, and that's why our clients get such amazing results. So long story short, if your man is just not doing anything that you find worthy of praising, that you can light up as a Christmas tree on, the question you're asking is the wrong question. It's not about how do I revive affection. It's about what's up with my relationship at its core and at its fundamental. And that's what needs to be addressed in that situation. Okay. I love you all. Take care. I hope this was helpful. Share it with a girlfriend. Share it with any woman who is struggling in her marriage, in her current relationship, and spread some good karma. And I love you all, and take care. Bye.